The wait is over. 26 drivers will take on today, all with the dream of being champion. Oh, and a huge hit for Cooper Siren! And up and over is Hunter Miller. There's gonna be a party in Ian Nation tonight. Ian Perez wins on his debut.
Makita Truck Series action roars back into life at the Texas World Speedway. Brant looks to the inside, oh, and they make contact! And Cardona's into the wall hard! Oh, and Perez goes around now! Right back up in front of the field, and this is gonna be big! They're 4 wide for the lead, and they're wrecking as they come to the line! Bouncing off the wall, too close to call! Does Zach Taylor have the fuel to make it to the end? Oh, and he's out! Taylor's out of fuel! The first 2-time winner in Makita Truck Series history! Scott goes back-to-back in Decatur!
So it all comes down to Phoenix. 6 drivers remain in the championship hunt. And we welcome you to Makita Truck Series action, Race 4 of Season 2, the championship decider here at Phoenix International Raceway. 6 drivers enter with a mathematical shot at being champion today, and after 20 laps, one of them will be crowned. The story of the season so far has been the duel between Dion Scott and Ryan Johnson, and they enter with just 5 points separating the two of them. They're not the only ones though, as 4 other drivers enter today with a long shot at winning this championship. Anything can happen here in Phoenix though, and let's go down to see your starting lineup. Starting on pole is Eric Almenhart, and outside of him is Philip Watson. Row 2, the first of the championship contenders, Elliott Vogel and Griffin Spear. Then after that is Dylan Dafton and Riley White. White coming in here 27 points off the lead. Then it's Andrew Brandt and Matt Steelman. Rounding out the top 10 are Ethan Smith and Roy Oglesby. Following after that, Tony Green and another title contender, Alan Cavanaro, coming in here 3rd in points. Then it's Cooper Siren and Andrew Patterson. Following after that is Nicholas Guerra and your championship leader, Dion Scott. And then his championship rival, Ryan Johnson and Ethan Roger. Following after that are a pair of Dodges, Blake Roebuck and Eric Cardona. Then it's a pair of Chevys with Austin Mongold and Gabriel Mauricio. Starting after that are Zach Taylor and Ian Perez. Second to last row, Hunter Miller and title contender Ryan Cole starting deep in the field today. And rounding out the field is Ethan Bay. And there is your starting lineup. 27 drivers are ready to go. Engines are fired and a champion will be crowned shortly. Do not go anywhere. Makita Truck Series action is back after this. And here we go off of turn 4. Green flag is in the air and the season finale is underway. Almenhart gets a decent start, but Philip Watson's hanging with him on the outside. Watson with a bit of a run off of 4. He can't get there yet. Almenhart leads first time by. Watson with a run off of 2 though. They're side by side. Here comes Dafton 3 wide for 3rd down through the dogleg. Still side by side. Watson leads this time by. Oh! Almenhart gets turned by Dafton. He gathers it up, but he's going to lose a ton of spots. Here comes Elliott Vogel. Vogel looking for the lead in 3. Here we go. Oh, and Steelman's around and hard into the outside and upside down. The 24 goes up and over. Scott, was Dion Scott in that? Riley White's in it. This could have huge championship implications. Already a massive crash off turn 4. We know Riley White's in it. Let's see what, and Oglesby's going to turn Steelman. He goes hard into the outside wall. So does Riley White. And Dion Scott just throws out the anchor and just barely misses the 24 truck, as you saw a lot of trucks going down pit road to miss that. And we are under red flag just 3 laps in for a heavy crash off of turn 4. Hopefully everyone is okay as they continue to clean up the wreckage here on the front straightaway. We're going to go to commercial break and we'll bring you back for the restart after this. Back underway, Philip Watson leads Elliott Vogel, Eric Almenhart in 3rd, and Dylan Dafton close behind in 4th, and Watson already trying to stretch the lead out as Almenhart challenges Vogel for 2nd. They're side by side everywhere, and look at Watson just running away with this already. Here comes Griffin Spear to the inside. He's going to make it 3 wide. Vogel's going to drop back. Spear trying to come through to 2nd. Now just trying to edge ahead of Almenhart as you see Vogel continuing to drop as he gets sucked back into this pack. Spear is now clear for 2nd. Here comes Ethan Smith for 3rd. You can see Zach Taylor, Ryan Johnson, both trying to make their way up through the field. Taylor now goes through the dogleg to get under Guerra. Spear has caught Watson for the lead. Spear to the bumper. Oh, and he's going to give the 6 a nudge. Watson up into the wall. Griffin Spear to the lead. And Watson just now getting back up to... And he's in the wall. Philip Watson's hard into the turn 1 wall. Must have been a flat right front tire, and we're under caution again. Oh, there's going to be some hurt feelings after that one. Let's see what happens. As we go into 3, Spear just lays the bumper to Watson, gets him loose, and Watson just hits the wall. And that must have cut down his right front tire because when he went into turn 1, it just didn't turn. And he hits the turn 1 wall pretty hard. And that is so far the dominant truck. Wrecked. Under caution again. We're going to take a commercial break as they clean up, and we'll be right back after this. Restart, 5 laps to go. Griffin Spear leading, gets a good jump, but Ethan Smith's going to get a good run off of 2. They're still side by side. Here comes Almenhart down to the apron, and they all make contact. Smith and Spear up into each other. Here comes Zach Taylor for 2nd. Taylor down through the dogleg, so is Guerra. Taylor to the inside. They're going to make contact. Taylor and Almenhart save it. Off of 2, still side, and they're wrecking. Cardona hard into the inside wall. Spear up against the outside wall, and there's the whole field, it looks like. There's Alan Cavanaro, one of the championship contenders in that. What has happened here? Spear just pushes wide and just sandwiches the 57 to the wall, and Cardona takes a huge hit. And how does Ryan Johnson slide through that? You can see Dion Scott throwing out the anchor to miss another wreck as we're under red flag again. And this is shaking up the points like crazy. Ryan Johnson's had a pretty comfortable cushion, but all those trucks wrecked has put Dion Scott back into the lead as we will have to go to overtime because of this wreck. It's pretty much going to be a 2-truck race for this title between Scott and Johnson. Vogel 23 points back, just not close enough, even though he's running towards the front. A huge wreck on the front straight, or on the back straightaway though, as you can see Spear, Cardona, Brandt, and Ethan Smith. Spear and Smith had run right up in the top 5 all day. Hopefully everybody's okay, but you can see right there, there is the championship battle. Ryan Johnson's going to have to find a way to pick up 2 points if he wants this title. Under red flag for a huge crash on the back straightaway. We're going to clean up the wreckage, and we'll be right back after this commercial break. Overtime in the Makita Truck Series. Don't go anywhere. 2 laps to go. Green, white, checkered finish. Almenhart and Taylor. Who gets back first? They're still side by side off 2. Elliott Vogel looking 3 wide for 3rd, trying to get just every single point he can. Taylor pulling ahead as they take the white flag. Side by side. They're going to bang doors down through the kink. Here comes Taylor. He's clear up 4. Zach Taylor is finally a Makita Truck Series winner. But looking back, there's Dion Scott, your Season 2 Makita Truck Series champion. What a finish. Here they come down the back straightaway. You can see they make a little contact here. Almenhart trying to do everything he can to just get that run on Taylor, but Taylor carries the momentum on the outside. And Zach Taylor, after so much heartbreak, has finally won a Makita Truck Series race. Looking back, there was Decatur Season 1, where he dueled with Dion Scott and lost in a close finish there. There was Watkins Glen, probably the most heartbreaking, where he led all but one lap before Pemberton body slammed him out of the way to steal that one. There was Texas World Speedway earlier this season, where he spun as they came to the line in that wild finish. And of course, last time out, where he ran out of fuel coming off turn 4 while leading on the coming to the white flag at Decatur. This time, though, that whole 16 team gets it done as we look at your official results. Zach Taylor scores his first career win, Eric Almenhart a career best second, Nicholas Guerra a strong day in third, Elliot Vogel fourth, and Ryan Johnson rounds out the top 5. Your champion Dion Scott finishing 6th, and then a quartet of solid finishes here for Ethan Roger, Tony Green, Ethan Bay, and Gabriel Mauricio, all scoring well-deserved top 10s after a solid race. Just outside the top 10, title contender Ryan Cole just did not have the kind of day he needed. An alright run for Ian Perez and Hunter Miller. Austin Mongold comes home 14th, Cooper Siren 15th, Blake Roebuck and Dylan Dafton both caught up and received minor damage from that late big one, 16th and 17th. Watson lost a lap when he hit the turn 1 wall. Patterson had a mechanical issue, and Riley White, of course, suffered damage in that lap 3 crash with Matt Steelman. And then rounding out the field, Cavanaro, Spear, Cardona, Smith, Brandt, Oglesby, and Steelman all failing to finish today. Cavanaro had run up in the top 5 most of the day, but just got shuffled back and then caught up in that big one on the back straightaway. And Dion Scott, redemption for what happened last season at Watkins Glen, is your Season 2 Makita Truck Series champion by 4 points over Ryan Johnson. A strong run by Taylor vaults him to 3rd in points, and Elliot Vogel finishes 4th. Ryan Cole rounds out the top 5 in points, and Cavanaro had a great season, but just that getting caught up in that big wreck on the back straightaway unfortunately bumps him down to 6th. White in 7th. Nicholas Guerra jumps into the top 10 in points with a strong finish here. Dylan Dafton and Ian Perez jumps back into the top 10 after a solid race. What a race and what a season. Thank you all for tuning in for another thrilling season of Makita Truck Series action. We all can't thank you enough. Congrats to Dion Scott and Zach Taylor, and until we meet again, this has been the Makita Truck Series, and we will see you next time. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Sorry it took so long to make, sometimes life gets in the way. I went through a few periods while making this where I was just so burnt out and I just really didn't want to work on it. And, you know, sometimes you just have to take a break from a project in order to get that motivation back. As for a Season 3, I'm not sure yet. I'd like to, but I do have some other projects I want to make, and I'm going to be moving fairly shortly, so I can't really set up for a race at the moment. Basically what I'm saying is I'm not saying no to a Season 3 of Makita Truck Series, but it probably won't be for a little bit, but honestly, it's not really that different from my current upload schedule, so I really appreciate your guys' patience with me on this. I drove really hard to finish this race over the last month or so, and I feel like it turned out to be my most ambitious race yet. Also, I want to thank a few people. First off, my parents for not allowing my 2-year-old nephew to destroy my track while I wasn't home. And also to my good friend Feretta. She drew the art you're seeing right now. She's an amazing artist, and I urge you to give her money to draw stuff. She mostly does furry stuff, but as you can see from... That was weird. I've also been going through some personal stuff over the last month or so, and she's been very supportive, and I can't thank her enough. So thank you so much for being a great friend. I don't know what I'd do without you. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. Your support means the world to me, and take care.